Hi, my name's Gail McWilliams. Many years ago, my husband and I were told we would never have any children. We have 5 children. But in the course of having our children, with each pregnancy, my eyes would hemorrhage and I lost more and more eyesight. It's an amazing story that in the middle of my darkest hour, vision was birthed. And when you have vision, you can see in the darkest places of life. We have 5 children, 4 daughters, and a son. But it was when I was carrying our second daughter that a defining moment happened. I was 3.5 months pregnant with our daughter, Lindy, and the doctors came in and said, "Gail, we understand the pattern now. You have to choose today between your baby or your eyes." I said, "The choice is made. I choose my baby." The doctor stood up, slammed shut my folder, and said, "What a foolish decision," and left the room. When he left the room, I sat alone. I knew I'd made a major decision, but I had no idea what was in front of me. I had no idea how deep a valley could be and how steep a climb could be. But as I sat alone, I remembered a verse that I'd memorized as a young girl. And it was, "I've put before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Choose life, that you and your descendants might live." The amazing thing about that particular story and that particular daughter is she is our first married daughter of our 5 children. And she and her husband have given to us 2 incredible grandsons. We must have a vision for generations yet to come. I find that living in a culture where life seems to be disposable, and in fact, it seems to be like a toxic conversation. No, life is a gift. Talk about blindness. May our eyes be open to see that life is the treasured commodity, that life will impact generations yet to come, that life, even though it may appear to be an inconvenience I do understand, because there's nothing that breaks your heart more than not to be able to see the faces of your children clearly. And yet, I must tell you, sometimes that's been a blessing. I told my husband many years ago that when I can see again, I will look at his face and go, "Oh, is that what we've been through?" Life has crisis, it has problems, it has difficult decisions and challenges, but life is still a gift. Someone asked me the other day, "Gail, how can you have so much joy and you can't see?" I said, "How can you see and have no joy?" Life is a treasured commodity. In fact, your life is. You've been strategically positioned for this hour. You have something of great value to bring to the table, to bring to your culture, to bring to your generation. Thank you for what you do. You've been strategically positioned for this time in history. Seize life, embrace it, and discover all the different blessings that it has. I must tell you, as I tell my story to many people, I speak around the nation and internationally. I've written many books, and now I'm a national radio host. But you know what it's all about? It's about people. People are the treasured gifts. Encouraging people is what I'm all about. I do find that many people have been blinded by what they've gone through because they have lost vision and they've lost the focus of their own life. They've lost perspective. And maybe you're listening today and you can't see that where you are is indeed strategic. It is. Maybe you can't see that you have value. You do. And maybe you think there's no hope. Oh, hope always sees. In the middle of challenges, may you find His grace to embrace every moment. The only way for me personally to get through to where I am now and to be covered in a wardrobe of grace was another defining moment. It was a day when I didn't think I could go on. At that time, I had 3 young children, and I felt like I had no value anymore. I couldn't see. I couldn't be the wife that my husband needed me to be, or so I thought. I couldn't be the mother my children needed, or so I thought. And who was going to call me to carpool? How was I going to live a normal life? But at that moment, when I found myself laying on the floor with my head buried in the carpet, crying until I had no more tears, trying to come to some kind of resolve, some kind of peace in the middle of disappointment and fear and anxiety and all the things that I didn't know how I was going to make it through. After hours of crying, I finally stood up, feeling spent, emotionally lost. And I remembered Psalms 56. "Lord, you saw me when I was tossing and turning in the night, And every tear I've ever cried, you kept in your bottle. But when I called on the name of the Lord, the tide was turned and all my enemies began to flee. For this one thing I know, you are for me. May I encourage you? He's for you. He's placed you where you are. May you make the most of every day. And may you treasure not only your own life, but the lives that you're helping to protect and the team around you. Everyone has value. And may I encourage you today, may the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. May he grant you according to your heart's desire and fulfill all your purpose. May he give you increase more and more to you and your children. And may he do exceedingly abundantly above all that you could ask or think, according to the power that works within you.